Resident Evil 9 got a second trailer, and one moment in the trailer that has my full attention is the Umbrella logo. Today, we're going to be talking about Umbrella. I'll be theorizing on where this new facility might possibly be and when was it created. And one of these theories, if true, could straight up involve Leon. I put out a poll recently and so many of you now believe this game will feature a brand new main villain instead of a returning one. I respect that, and to be honest with you, I'm starting to believe that as well. But I'm still going to make a Brandon Bailey video and a Spencer one in the future. But without further delay, let's get right into it. To start this theory, I think we should look at the trailer's logo once more. As you can see, the logo is very scratched up and it has this very old appearance. So where is this facility even located? I think it can be in one of two places. Let's go ahead and talk about the first one. Underneath the Rhodes Hill Care Center. You can see several screenshots of a room inside the Rhodes Hill Care Center that's very reminiscent of mansions in the past, such as Oswald E. Spencer's estate or the facility given to Marcus. There is clear inspiration here of mansions past, and a lot of those mansions had underground facilities. You can even include the RPD on that list. This would also explain why an infection is happening in the care center as well. Remember, it's not just the big monster. There are zombies that are roaming around this area because we actually saw an infected person in the demo. Perhaps just like always, an infection happened within the underground facility that managed to rise its way to the top, affecting Rhodes Hill. Stay away from that! There is definitely some inspiration here. Perhaps George created this place, same thing he did with the other mansions. Although I would love for this theory to be true, I think a place that makes more sense for this Umbrella facility to be is in Raccoon City, the place where it all started. But of course, we have to bring up the elephant in the room. Didn't the explosion that the government set on Raccoon City completely destroy everything? And honestly, you'd be right, but I think that this facility was created after Raccoon City was destroyed. We have to go back to Resident Evil Outbreak, the game where Grace's mother Alyssa came from. And this is where my theory truly begins.
Today's results. It's been 6 months, but the number's still the same. There's no way people could sustain life there.
Not humans, no.
Sir, there's a call for you from the head office.
Put it through.
We'll start at noon, as scheduled. Is everything ready?
Yes, we'll be dropping 2 for each, beginning with sample T4. The rest will follow at 15-minute intervals.
This showed that after Raccoon City was destroyed, at least within the first 6 months, a scientific presence was still there. They say that they're testing on the city, that creatures are still alive. Could this be remnants of Umbrella that still exist well after Raccoon City was destroyed? Now the logo in Resident Evil 9, that Umbrella logo cannot be found anywhere within Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 3. So the logo that we saw in Resident Evil 9, this has to be a facility that none of our characters actually went to. If this Umbrella logo is in Raccoon City, then it could be the scientists who remained in Raccoon City after its destruction. Maybe this is Umbrella. But if this is Umbrella, this opens up more than you actually think, because earlier in this clip, we see United States jets flying over. The pilots inside of those jets take pictures of the bomb site. You see a very deep cut piece of lore and something that's actually not known in the world of Resident Evil, as it's been covered up, is the United States' involvement with Umbrella before Raccoon City was destroyed. If you don't know, and I don't blame you for not knowing, there is a part of the US military that had dealings with Umbrella.
The truth. Truth? They demand the truth. The viral weapon from which Umbrella Corporation's T-virus was derived. They want to reveal everyone from the US government who was involved in its manufacture.
Was the government really involved?
All the proof went up in smoke along with Raccoon City.
did the United States military, after Raccoon City was destroyed, still have a little bit of a partnership with Umbrella, and they opened up a new facility within Raccoon City to continue testing on what's been down there. I think this had to come to an end before the Raccoon trial started, that this partnership only lasted a couple of months. The Raccoon trials were a legal proceedings against Umbrella, saying that they were responsible what happened with Raccoon City, but Umbrella was arguing that the United States was involved. So I think when or before the Raccoon trial started, the United States killed off the remaining scientists that were left in Raccoon City to again cover up what happened there, leaving this nest completely abandoned for nobody to ever discover it, until this new organization in Resident Evil 9 discovered this location, discovered this laboratory left over that had left behind Umbrella technology inside of it. But what if it's not Umbrella? If it's not Umbrella, then that means this group that appeared at the end of Outbreak since 2003 has never been explained, because Capcom has never come back to this moment. So the United States working with Umbrella after Raccoon City was destroyed for a short period of time just to get, intel on what happened down there, it makes a lot of sense. First off, it explains this scientific force that remained in Raccoon City, and it makes sense within lore because we do know that the United States military and Umbrella did have a partnership of some kind when it came to bioweapons. So for them to come together once again very briefly just to find out what happened and then disband makes perfect sense within the lore. This makes sense why Alyssa will have a vested interest into it, because again Alyssa created an article that pretty much started the Raccoon trials, which ended Umbrella, and if activity is happening in Raccoon City once again, then of course Alyssa would want to be involved, but this new organization doesn't want her to put out the evidence and the information because they're using Raccoon City as a base with Umbrella tech that's been left over. But earlier in the video I promised you some Leon stuff, and here it is. Did you know that Leon is an active member of the United States that is currently covering up what happened? In fact, Leon's character is much deeper than you think when it comes to what he actually stands for. So yes, Leon does know that the United States and Umbrella has had a partnership. He knows this for years, since D-Generation at least. And it's not just a partnership with Umbrella. Leon has actively covered up things within the United States, such as political figures who want to take power, like in Infinite Darkness where a political figure was trying to get the president to attack China, but Leon never put this information out there. Even when Claire asked for it, he straight up told her no. So I'm passing the question off to you, comment section. Do you think that this Umbrella laboratory is in Rhodes Hill underneath the care center, or do you think that it's in Raccoon City and was built after the city was destroyed and this new organization is using their research to further whatever goals that they have? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys and girls for listening, and remember to subscribe for more Resident Evil content.